Hey guys, back. I'm gonna finally change the tires on my bike. I'm gonna start with the 1200 Sportster. Start with the front wheel. I'm getting ready to pull it off, and here's the tires I'm putting on it. These are Shinko. I think they're called Tour Masters, I believe. It's the same tires I put on my Virago bobber I built. Really like those tires. They felt really good, so decided why not. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the Sportster. So they are a cheaper tire, but I really liked them on the Virago, so I'm gonna go ahead and give them a shot on this too. So again, these are Shinko. Like I said, I believe they're Tour Master. It's kind of covered up here, but going with stock size that goes on the bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, get this front wheel pulled off. Not a whole lot to pulling the tire off. Basically, on this bike, it's got these little covers. So I'll pull these covers off. An Allen wrench holds these on. Pull these covers off, loosen up the axle bolts here, pull the axle out, and tire should drop out, and then start the process of pulling it off. So I'll cut back here in just a second. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these covers off again. It's an Allen wrench, holds that on, loosen it up, pulls off your axle bolts. All right there. So go ahead and find this side here. So not a whole lot that holds it on again. Just a little Allen bolt that holds those on. So again, we'll loosen up the axle here and then pull it off. All right. So next here, 1/2 inch socket on this side, 5/16 Allen on this side, and basically hold that, loosen it up. See if I can do it here while I hold the camera. Maybe not. So let me sit it down. All right, so I've got the pinch bolt out here. So next thing I'm going to do is loosen up the axle here on this side. Loosen it up. Should be able to pull it out. One thing I like to do is keep track of, I don't know how well you guys can see in here, but you got your spacers on either side. Just making sure that you remember where everything goes, so when it's time to put the wheel back on, you get everything in the right place. So, all right, 3/4 inch socket on this side. I'm actually going to use the same T-handle for this side to go through and hold that from spinning, and basically loosen it up. So, cut back here in a second once I get her loosened up. All right, so I got her loosened up. I've actually started to pull it back. Should be a washer as well. It's going to fall out of here in a second. So, as this stuff kind of comes apart here, so you got a lock nut, washer there, and all I'm using is the T-handle on this side, and just kind of working it back and forth until the axle comes out. So, I do have this jacked up just a little bit off the ground, so fall backwards, hopefully. Once the wheel comes out. So I'm actually going to set this down just a touch more. Basically set the back wheel to where it's a little closer to the ground. That way when it does come out, it doesn't fly backwards. About right there. Again, takes the weight off. So, axle, spacer on that side. Spacer fell out on this side, and then the wheel should roll out the front. Actually, looks like I may have to pull the fender on this one. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to loosen up the fender bolts here and actually pull this fender out. So not enough clearance for it to clear the actual wheel. I don't know how well you guys see that. Sun's kind of shining funny, but yeah, if you see in there, it's hitting the actual wheel. So go back here and just see. So Allen on this side, half inch or inch on the other side. Basically, loosen these up. So I'm gonna put the camera down so I can hold both. And once I get the fender taken off, there's 4 bolts that hold this fender on. All 4 of those, pull them off. May actually looks like I might have to pull the caliper off. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I think I can drop this down and then kind of take it out the bottom. So we'll see here in just a second, but I may have to be maybe pulling the caliper off too, but I'll cut back once I get the fender. All right, so got the front wheel out. You actually do not need to take off the master cylinder. You can kind of maneuver the tire out and around it. So came off fairly easy. I'm gonna clean it up, do the front one, as well as probably do the fork seals while I've got it here. So these fork seals need to be rebuilt, so I'll probably do a video why I've got it where it's at right now. So yeah, I'll end up pulling the master cylinder out anyway, or the caliper off. So I will cut back here in just a little bit. Show you guys how I break the tire down. I've actually got a cheap tire machine, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Just a Harbor Freight cheapie, but it works decent breaking down tires. So I've already done part of this one here. Basically, you just stick the tire in. It's got a bar you can shove in here for extra leverage, and then just press it down. So once you get it pressed in, it'll break the tire loose. Just work your way around, flip it over, do the same thing. But works decent, but not the greatest. All right, guys. Ended up cutting out quite a bit of this video. I really wanted to show pulling off the tire and doing all of it, but it's kind of a pain in the butt trying to video while you're doing the work and holding the camera and all this stuff. So anyway, basically pull the rear tire off. Not a lot to it. Loosen up your tension bolts here. Pull the axle, pull and raise it up. Drop it out. Not a whole lot to it. So I may show kind of the process putting it back on. Same thing, taking it off. But I know I talked about in the beginning of this video, rebuilding the forks and whatnot. I'm still going to do that. I think I'm going to put it off though for this winter. I really just want to get the tires back on. I don't want to wait for the parts to show up. So for now, they're not bad. I want to stiffen them up. The bike feels a little soft to me, so I'm probably gonna do progressive or something, different springs in the front, but we'll get on that later, probably this winter. So I did get the tires mounted. Again, I kind of showed you guys how I break the beads down. Pull the tire off with some smaller tire irons, and then basically I put the tire on just on the ground. Get one side on, push it down and on, put the tube in, and repeat the process. So really not a lot to watch there. I mean, it's a pain in the butt. More me complaining. I hate doing tires, especially tube tires. So front tire's done, getting ready to put it back on the bike. Rear tire is done. Again, I really do like these Shinko Tour Master tires. I've had really good luck with them, so that's what I'm putting on this bike. And I'm going to end up putting balancing beads in these as well. So here's the beads I'm using. Counteract motorcycle balancing beads. I believe there's 2 ounces. So put 2 ounces in each tire. I think the front one actually calls for a little less, but you can go online and look it up. It tells you for your tire size and whatnot. All right, guys. It's going to show a little more of the process of putting tires on, but they're kind of a pain in the butt when you're doing them on the floor. So really wasn't great content, and besides, there's a ton of videos out there showing how to change tires. So, but anyway, I did get the tires on front and back. Just finished up on the other Sportster. Gone. Got the tires put on it, and it's going headed home. So again, plan to go out and do some riding. Kind of compare the two once he gets some miles put on that bike. I think when it left, it had 80 miles. So he's got a few. By the time he gets home, he'll probably have close to 120. And then what little bit he rides it around, hopefully he can start putting some miles on it. But again, really just kind of want to show the process taking these off. I mean, it's very, very doable. Like I said, I did it in my own garage on the floor. Having this Harbor Freight bead breaker, and I don't use the top part anymore. I actually have a bolt that I used to shove through there that basically is an old axle bolt, and that seemed to work decent too. You could set it on there and use it, but it's just as easy to sit down on the floor and do it. So, but using this to break the bead actually is nice. I mean, it makes it a little easier. You can put some pretty good leverage on it and get the bead broke, and then get your tire irons and go around and get it all pulled off. So, and then putting them on is really not that bad if you use some of that tire goop and get them on. But yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. Again, there's some other stuff I wanted to do to the bike. I originally was going to do to it, but at this point, I really just wanted to get the tires on so I could ride it, finish out this season, and then I'll probably do some of that other stuff through the winter. So got several things I'd like to do to it, kind of make it more my own. But anyway, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Again, these are Shinko Tourmaster tires. I really, really like them. I had good luck with them on the other bike, so I think they look good on this bike. I really like the look of that back tire. So just the pattern and whatnot. So, but yeah. So anyway, again, if you guys have questions, feel free to ask, and would love it if you guys hit that subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for watching.